to the ceremony, to this graduation ceremony. My job is reflections. In my wildest dream, you're successful if you do this plan. I never thought that I would be addressing a graduation class, especially a graduation class at Hendersonville High School. This is a tremendous honor for me, being Teacher of the Year at this school, and I'm extremely proud to be here. And if you don't mind, I'd just like to take a few seconds for me to reflect on this moment, and then we'll go on. I was the kid that they used to talk about, the teacher's lounge. You should have seen me preparing this talk. I said to myself, Skip, this is the most important thing that you're ever going to do. This is your big shot at fame. You've got to be impactful. You've got to tell these seniors something that they'll be able to take with them the rest of their lives. That's your mission. Then I said, wait a minute. I'm speaking to a senior class. They don't want to hear a teacher tell them anything impactful. They've been listening to that for 12 years. And besides, they're seniors, and they know it all already. Parents, you can applaud that if you like. Observation. By your presence here, seniors, you have accomplished a major milestone in your life. The faculty is proud of you. Your parents are proud of you. But most of all, you should be proud of yourselves. When you walk out these doors tonight, you will begin a new chapter. You will go from being dependent to starting to become independent. Your parents will probably applaud that too. Reflection. When I graduated from high school, I didn't have a hint. I didn't have a clue. I didn't have an inkling where I was going to wind up. And if someone had told me I was going to be a teacher, I'd have probably laughed at them. And if someone would have told my teachers that I was going to be a teacher, they would have laughed at them also. Observation. You have such an exciting life ahead of you. And no one, including yourselves, knows that where you're going or where you're going to wind up. But I will tell you this, it's going to be exciting and it's going to be fun. Observation. Within 10 years, you realize that you will be the major part of our workforce in the United States. Big responsibility. Reflection. Being a teacher is a great job. I've learned more from my students than I've taught them. Two of the most exciting things that happened to me are, one, getting married, and two, seeing my child be born. Observation. Read to your kids. It'll be fun for you. It'll be fun for them. Have fun, be good parents, because before you know it, they'll be seniors. Work hard at being in love and staying in love. Your chosen profession is only a way to meet the needs of you and your families. Don't let work control your lives. Observation. The presidents of credit card companies are not your friends. observation. Don't be afraid to fail. You can't fail if you don't try. And I have one other one. This is kind of I guess it's an observation, and it's a reflection. Bear with me. Life's great. Get you some.
Welcome to all our family and friends to what is the beginning and also the end. We appreciate having all of you here to stand with us, to laugh, to cheer. For all of our graduates that sit here today, who for the past 4 years have made their way through rigorous courses, athletics, and all, but can tell you right now that they've had a ball. Seniors, we all have to agree, high school has been great for you and for me. Never forget what you have learned in this school, like DWGs, ASPs, and how to follow the rules. Thank every teacher who has helped you grow, because each of them is a hero. Keep challenging yourself on a daily basis so you can fill your mind's empty spaces. Dream, as Henderson would say, and never let anything get in your way of achieving your goals and following your dreams, for life is way too short, it seems. Now we are off to continue our lives, taking on each challenge as it arrives. Just remember, as you are growing old, to work your hardest and go for the gold. So goodbye to my class of 2001. Enjoy your life and keep having fun. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow graduates. Class of 2001, we finally made it after all these years. Today we say goodbye and start a new chapter in our lives. We will say goodbye, but we will never forget the memories we have made here at HHS. For most of us, the journey with this class did not simply begin 4 years ago, but rather 12 years ago, when we first met in the kindergarten classes of Bruce Drysdale. For some of us, it's even been longer. Many friendships began there and have endured through the years. Growing up together is what gave this class a special sense of family, and it will be what makes it so hard to say goodbye. Today we are here to show our efforts of the past 4 years and to say a final goodbye to a school that has been our home. We began as scared little freshmen walking into the enormous halls of what seemed like an overwhelming school. We arrived here with fear and excitement. Each new year, we not only gain knowledge, but confidence in ourselves and in each other. Throughout our 4 years, we have survived teachers, and teachers have survived us. We have decorated freshmen and been decorated ourselves. In pep rallies, we have shaken our heads, shoulders, and finally booty. Oh, and neighbors. We have spent many lunch periods cramming for tests and spent many class periods daydreaming of sleep. We have decorated our football field, danced all night at prom, done countless service projects, and dressed in crazy outfits just to show our spirit. We have made new friends and experienced unforgettable memories with old ones. We have laughed together, cried together, and grown as a class together. Today, we leave these halls that seem to have shrunk over the years. We leave here with a little of the fear we arrived with and a lot more of the excitement. In his book, The Second Sin, Thomas Sowers said, "People often say that this or that person has not yet found himself. But the self is not something one finds, it is something one creates." Hendersonville High School has helped create each individual of the class of 2001. We created ourselves with each new experience and each new friendship. The most important things we will take with us today are the memories of these experiences and precious friendships. Congratulations, fellow seniors, and thank you for all the memories.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the graduating class of 2001. It is my pleasure to stand before you today and say my goodbyes to HHS. This moment is bittersweet for me. When I think about HHS, where I've invested my mind for its academics, my body for its sports, and my spirit for its students, the thought of but sadness only because my love for the school is so great. Someone once said you should save the best for last. My senior year lived up to this saying because it indeed was the best year I've ever had. Never before have I felt closer to the rest of my class than I do now. After picnics, cookouts, and a fantastic senior play, I got to know and understand sides of people I'd never seen before. I see each student as a bird who brought to this Bearcat family something of his own to contribute. And with these qualities, we built a nest in which we all learned and grew. Now it is our turn to test our wings, for us to leave the nest in pursuit of our dreams and ambitions. This is where we take all the lessons that HHS has given to us and use them to make a name for ourselves in the world. I'm not talking about instruction found in textbooks or on wall charts. That's all well and good, but without determination, focus, pride, enthusiasm, compassion, and love, there is nothing. I'm reminded of a famous nursery rhyme. Row, row, row your boat, gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Life is but a dream, indeed. It's the type of dream where you know it's a dream, and you have some idea of what's going on. And as in a dream, when the subconscious presents experiences that don't quite make sense, life also has its nonsensical moments. However, it is during these times that we look to each other to get through the struggles together. I once read that when giving advice, be brief. With that in mind, I offer a few words to my fellow class of 2001. Don't take it all so seriously. Be patient with others. Follow your heart. And always remember how it felt to be a Bearcat. Thank you.
Special meaning for me and for Jennifer Farr and for Amanda Derman, because this day is not only the day we graduate, it's the day we turn 18. So thank you. Happy birthday, Jennifer and Amanda. While I was writing my speech, I was trying to think of what to say that would be interesting, profound, wouldn't get me made fun of later, etc., etc. And then I realized that this was the last time I would get to speak to all of you as a group. And that today and tonight are the only times we will ever be together as a whole class again. Now, I've known most of you since we were in elementary school, and the thought of leaving you was and is pretty upsetting to me. So I decided to give you a little bit of advice and tell you my hopes for your future, since this is the last time I will see most of you. I hope you will never forget where you come from, but that you will never look back. I hope you will not let the naysayers keep you from following your dreams. I hope you wake up every day to a face that you love, a job that you love, and a life that you love. I hope that by the end of your lives, you have found peace. Don't be afraid to be silly and look stupid. Remember that each day, each moment is a fresh beginning. Always remember to look for the best in people. Yeah, I know, they have their annoying qualities, but you do too, and so do I. Overlook these quirks and love others for their virtues. Don't become a bitter old grouch chasing kids off your lawn with a cane. Remember always that you used to be young too, and be tolerant of small ones. Look back on your memories with joy and no regret in your heart. A beautiful person I know, Hannah Weirman, once said, "The greatest compliment is to tell someone that they are full of life." I hope all of you will live so that that phrase will be carved on your tombstones. I hope when you remember me, your friends, the person sitting next to you, it is with kindness and love. Of course, no graduation speech would be complete without an inspiring quote. I have chosen to read from one of the eminent philosophers of the 20th century, Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. Kids, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Wilkinson or Shirey or Vance, or be it O'Brien or Woody or Lance, or be it Frederick or Redden or Shell, or maybe Bohennick. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Congratulations, good luck, and sayonara, class of 2001.
my pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker, but before that I need to do two things. First, I would like to introduce you and welcome our Superintendent of Henderson County Public Schools, who's joined us as a guest tonight, Dr. Tom Byrne. Thank you for coming. Secondly, I want to say to Chris that my wife and son truly wanted to be here, but my son woke up with 102 temperature and took him to the doctor this morning. He had strep throat, so that appropriately colored flower on your lapel to let you know that he's here with you in spirit and to go Vols. Since graduating college, I've been called various names, Mr., Doctor, but the most favorite surname that I've ever been called is Coach. For those of you that have ever been an athlete, and especially a coach, you know the beauty of that word. Teachers can challenge us mentally, emotionally, and psychology. A coach can do that and even more. He or she can also challenge us physically, and not just against ourselves, but challenge us against those who would wish to defeat us. Jesse Christopher Ferguson is coming back home. He left here as part of the class in 1975. That's before you graduates were even born. For people like me, Chris is old school. You know what that term means. He knows what it means to work hard to become a better player, and on the other end of the spectrum, to practice self-discipline and sacrifice to make a better team. Chris is an assistant coach, basketball coach at the University of Tennessee. When Coach Jerry Green recently left, Chris was the only former coach to be asked to stay on staff. Since Chris's arrival at the University of Tennessee 4 years ago, the team has been nationally ranked and placed players in the NBA. Chris has established himself as one of the top recruiters of college student athletes. He has even been recruited and offered jobs in our area of the country, such as Western Carolina and Appalachian State. He is the son of Jesse and Eunice Ferguson. His brother Kevin is also here, along with other family members. Welcome you. His wife Mary could not be here. They met while they were at Cumberland College. It is with great admiration I introduce to you Coach Chris Ferguson.
Thank you very much, Dr. Presley, for that great introduction. It kind of makes me feel like a newborn baby that just wet his diaper. It may not show on the outside, but it gives me a nice warm feeling on the inside. I'm elated to be here. The class of 2001. Congrats. Yeah. It's been a 13-year journey for you. Some of you may be 14. But keep your head held high. You've done a tremendous job. Even in Knoxville at the University of Tennessee, I followed up every one of your moves. I checked the internet. I have family here. They let me know what's going on at good old HHS. So I've been keeping up with you, believe me. Because I'm a part of your family also. I always will be. Now, let me tell you something. You're so talented. Academically, you're talented. Athletically, you're talented. In the community, you've been very, very evident. This may be one of the best classes in HHS history. You guys are our future. Don't you let us down. You've been prepped here 4 great years. Now you're getting ready to enter the next 4 years of your life. And these next 4 years is probably going to determine how much money you make for the rest of your life. Anybody going to UT in this class? Yeah. I'll talk to you after this thing's over. But the next 4 years is going to determine the rest of your future probably. You probably meet your wife in college. 80% of marriages, you meet your wives or husbands in college. 80%. Now, you guys not going to college, look around. You probably already met your wife or husband. People ask me, I travel all over the country speaking, recruiting. People ask me what's the first thing you look for in a college athlete, a college student athlete. The first thing I look for, and it's very, very important for you to remember this, because it's going to determine a lot in your life. You have to be good reactors in the game of life to make it. If you don't react well, you're going to have problems. I react, you react. You react, I react. You've got some great reactors in here. Who's Molly Piles? Molly, I've heard a lot of good things about you, but I'm here to tell you our volleyball coach from the University of Tennessee sent me a message for you. Molly, will you please stand? Please come up here, please. Let's give Molly a hand as she... Molly is one of the greatest athletes in this high school history. From what I understand, a 4-year volleyball player of the year in the state of North Carolina that deserves only 2 claps. 1, 2. Molly, life is a game of reaction. I react, you react. Now you're a tremendous athlete. You're going down to the University of North Carolina instead of the University of Tennessee. That's okay. I'll believe you with it. I want you to make it come. Like that. Right? Now we're going to see what kind of reaction Molly is. I guess that's why she's a Tar Heel instead of a volunteer. Who's John Paul Kimbrough? Hold up here, John. Duke University. Now, I know Duke has a basketball team. I don't know if they have a football team. Now John says, you know, that's a great institution. And it also tells me that not only is John a tremendous athlete, to get to Duke you have to be a tremendous student. And that's what he's all about. He's a student athlete. Don't you ever forget that. Now you can't be like a Tar Heel, grab and run the floor. You're smarter than that. You're a Duke. Now, it's all about reaction. Jennifer Farr. Who's Jennifer Farr? Come on up here, Jennifer. I understand you have a tennis scholarship to Sanford University. Is that in Birmingham, Alabama? That's her. Give her 2 claps as she makes her way up. Tennis players are a little different than volleyball and basketball and football players. They really have to be good reactors. You only have so much time to react. That ball gets off the other person's racket to your racket. Right? Now, I've got a feeling that Jennifer going to Stanford University, not tennis coach, but you know, the University of Tennessee. Well, you can almost transfer. Ready? You got to react when I react. This class is unbelievable. Now, you know who I'm saving for last. My fellow UT man next year, Ben Cosgrove. believe me. Come on. I went to school with Ben's Uncle Jeff. He was a track athlete here. Ben went to play football, basketball, baseball, and track. That deserves 2 claps. Hey, that's why you're at the University of Tennessee. You're more about talent. Now, I know this is going to be very You know what? This class has a lot of potential. And you have to react in life to anything that arises. Any problem, you have to react. Your reaction is going to determine your next fate. So be good reactors in life. You have to have great character. Character. Let me tell you about character. I'm going to share some experiences with you with recruited over the years. Some I've gotten, some I haven't. But hopefully to make you better in the game of life. I don't think this young man will mind me telling this story. His name is Corey Wilson. He was from Wilmington, North Carolina. When I was an assistant coach at Appalachian State, I recruited Corey. It's a shame. These times, this day and age, you have to go to summer basketball camps to be recruited in the month of July. I'm going every day in July just about recruiting. The whole month, looking at camps. Well, Corey was from a very poor family. One of 10 children. Corey couldn't afford to go to camp. He decided that in order for him to go to camp, when school was out, he's got to earn some money. His high school coach was taking his team to a team camp. Corey wanted to go desperately. It was going to cost $300. The only thing Corey owned at the time, Corey decided that he was going to earn his $300 by cutting grass, cutting a lot of yards. For all you math majors out there, is Barron Jackson still teaching here? For all you math majors, you probably didn't have Barron, don't answer this question. But in order, if you cut grass a yard at $30 or $10 a yard, $10 a yard, how many yards is that? Good, John, that's why you're going to Duke. 30 yards he has to cut. He's got 2 months to cut the 30 yards to go to basketball camp and try to earn him a college scholarship. Corey gets his lawnmower, he goes to work. The day before he's set to leave to go to camp, the day before he finishes his 30th yard, $300 he's got in a rubber band in his hand. Corey's dad is an alcoholic. You people know what an alcoholic is? Yeah. He would drink anything. Moonshine, rubbing alcohol, shaving lotion, didn't matter. Corey had character though. He cut those yards to get that money. His last yard was finished at 7 o'clock the night before he's supposed to leave. Has his money in a rubber band. He comes home. Goes to the kitchen. He needs to put the money somewhere where it won't be found by any of his brothers or sisters. They had cookie jars lined up in the kitchen. Nobody ever used those cookie jars, and there aren't any cookies in there. Corey put the $300 in the cookie jar for safekeeping. Till in the morning when he was going to leave with his fellow classmates to go to basketball camp. His dad came in from a drunk that night. Walked into the kitchen. I guess when you drink, you get what they call the munchies. So he opens the refrigerator, nothing in the fridge. You know what he checks?
Oh dear.
The cookie jars.
Oh no.
Reaches into one of them, nothing. Reaches into another one, nothing. Reaches into the third one, $300.
Oh no.
You know what Corey's dad would do with that money? He went right back out that back door, and spent it all on alcohol.
Oh,
There was Corey's chance of getting a college scholarship down the drain because of alcohol. The next morning, breakfast comes. His dad is at the breakfast table with his mom. Corey, all excited, guy has his bags packed. Reaches in the cookie jar, nothing. Looks at his mom, dad, says, I had $300 in here, what happened to it? Up, son. Son, I took it. I spent it. Did Corey cry and pout? No, let me tell you what Corey did. He went back outside, got his lawnmower. He had 5 hours before the team was going to leave. He cut 2 yards in 5 hours, made $20, still $280 short. Called his coach, told him he wouldn't be able to go, told him the reason. Coach asked how much money he had said he had $20. Corey went to basketball camp. His coach gave him the other $280. Corey got a college basketball scholarship to East Carolina University. Now he's president of a branch of Wachovia Bank
oh my goodness.
in Wilmington, North Carolina. Now, when Corey got back from camp, you know what he did? This is what makes this a great story. This is what I'm talking about, character. When Corey got back, he got his lawnmower and cut 28 yards, earned $280, and paid his coach back. That's what it's all about. You have to have good character to make it in the real world, which you guys are about to enter. Yeah, I think Corey does deserve a hand for that. You have to make good decisions. You people are probably too young, but a lot of these parents know who, if I say the word Lenny Bias. Lenny Bias was a great basketball player for the University of Maryland. And Molly, he beat the University of North Carolina 3 out of 4 times by himself. Lenny Bias was a great athlete, tremendous basketball player, #1 pick in the NBA draft, $1 million contract, $1 million shoe contract. And one day, he made a bad decision with drugs and killed himself. One day, Len Bias was on top of the world. 24 hours later, he was on the bottom. Make good decisions. Make good decisions. It can influence the rest of your life. Surround yourself with good people. Always have good people around you. You know, I got in town last night, had dinner with Dr. Presley, Baron Jackson, and your senior English teachers, Mr. Cottingham. Well, after dinner, I went home. My parents still live here. I went home, had a good night's sleep, but I had a nightmare. And in a nightmare, unfortunately, we had a car accident. And unfortunately, I died. Dr. Presley, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Cottingham lived. This is a bad nightmare, too. Fortunately, I went up to heaven. The pearly gates were upon me. They opened up. God said, "Come on in, Chris." I walked in. All I could see in heaven was beautiful. All I could see were clocks. Clocks everywhere. Everywhere. I said, "God, heaven is just like I thought it would be, but what are all these clocks doing here?" God said, "Well, Chris, everyone on earth has a clock. When you die, we take the clock off the wall." I said, "Well, God, some of these clocks are moving a lot faster than others." God said, Chris, the more you sin, the faster your clock moves. Well, I said, God, I won't check on 3 people down on earth. He said, well, who do you want to check on? I said, well, the first one's Mr. Cottingham. He's an English teacher. How do I find his clock? Well, Chris, these clocks are in alphabetical order. Go to the C's, look for Cottingham, find his clock. I'll go to the C's, find his clock. Barely moving. I said, God, Mr. Cottingham's clock's barely moving. Does that mean he's about to die? Oh, no, Chris. It just means he rarely ever sins. I won't check on Baron Jackson. He was my math teacher when I was in high school, too. We'll go to the J's, find Jackson, look his name up. Went to the J's. His clock was moving a lot faster than Mr. Cottingham's clock. I said, what does that mean? God, he said, well, Mr. Jackson sins a lot more than Mr. Cottingham, but he's not bad. Well, I've got one more guy I want to check on. He's the principal at Hendersonville High School. His name is Dr. Preston. Go to the P's and look it up. Went to the P's, could not find his clock to save my life. I looked all over. Finally said, God, I can't find him. He said, did he survive this accident? Oh yes, he survived. So God came over and looked. Well, you're right, I don't see it. You sure he survived? Oh yeah, he survived. That doesn't make any sense, God says. Oh, hold on a minute, Chris. God goes back in the back room. After about 2 minutes, I hear him yell, hey, Chris. I said, yes. I found his clock. You found Dr. Presley's clock? Oh, yes, back here in the back. We use it as a fan. Always surround yourself with good people. How are you going to handle adversity when it hits you in the face? Let me tell you, a friend of mine, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's been in this gym 4 or 5 times. I'm working right now at the University of Tennessee with Buzz Peterson, good friend of mine. Him and Michael Jordan were roommates at Carolina. Got to be good friends. Michael used to come up here a lot. We used to come up here and play some in this same gym. Did you know that Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player probably of all time, was cut in the 9th grade? His coach told him he was not good enough to make the team. True story. How did Michael take that adversity? Did he go home and cry about it? No. He was going to prove his coach wrong. He worked, got a scholarship at the University of North Carolina, and became the greatest basketball player of all time. How are you going to handle adversity? It's going to happen. How are you going to handle it? Don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. You got to make a commitment to be the best you can be. My beautiful mom's fixed me breakfast this morning. I was sitting there thinking about some things I was going to talk to you people about tonight. We had eggs, ham, and milk. Big glass of milk. And I was sitting there thinking, commitment. Now that hen that laid that egg that I ate, that was a partial commitment. That cow that gave that milk, that was a partial commitment. Now that pig where that ham came from, that's a total commitment right there. Be committed to be the best you can be. If you do that, you'll be in great shape. Be loyal to your friends. You're a close-knit class. I can tell that. A lot of love in that class. You watch each other's back. That's what it's going to take when you get out into the real world. You only have so many friends. Friends don't ever get jealous. Watch their back. Be loyal to them. There's a basketball coach, old basketball coach named Bones McKinney. He used to coach at Wake Forest University. He was very loyal to his players. He watched their back. His players watched his back. One game they were playing Duke. Tight game, 1 minute to go in the game. True story. One of his players from Wake Forest went up for a shot. One of Duke's players fouled him real hard, knocked him on the ground. The ref didn't call anything. Bones McKinney, the coach, got up off the bench, ran straight for the referee, got right in his face. The referee called a technical on him and said, Bones, for every step it takes you, I'm going to give you another technical. Coach McKinney, Bones said, well, we can't do that. That's at least 15 steps. I'll lose the game for my team. I don't care. You don't embarrass me like that, the ref said. Every step it takes you to get back to the bench, I'm going to give you a technical. You know what Bones' players did? They came over and said, don't worry, Coach, we'll take care of it. They huddled up about 10 seconds, picked Coach McKinney up and carried him to the bench. That's being loyal. That's what it's going to take to make it in the real world. And you know, there's a lot of love in this class. I can tell a lot of love with the families and the parents. Don't be afraid to tell your mom, dad, brother, sister that you love them. You know, when I was in high school, it was kind of a macho thing. You heard that song, Macho Man? You probably don't ever heard of that. That was me. I was a macho man. I didn't tell my mom and dad, brother, that I loved them a lot. I didn't tell my grandparents that I loved them. I lost a couple of my grandparents, and I was sorry that I didn't tell them more that I loved them. I can't tell them now. Love is a strong, powerful word. Use it with your family a lot. And I tell our prayers all the time. Tell your mom, dad, grandmother, guardian, whoever that you love them. Who knows? You might get a new pair of designer jeans. It's a strong, strong word. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. Don't ever change. When you make it, some of you guys in this class and ladies, gonna make it big time. Don't change. Remember, you can meet the same people going down that you met going up. You know, God created Adam and Eve first. When he created Adam and Eve, Adam went to God after a couple of days and said, God, why did you make Eve so beautiful? She's gorgeous. Why did you make her so beautiful? God looked at Adam and said, Adam, so you can love her. Well, God, you made her skin so smooth and soft. Why did you make her skin so smooth and soft? Adam, so you can love her. Adam says, well, God, you made her so stupid. Why did you make her so stupid? God said, what did you say? And so you make her so stupid. Why did you make her so stupid? God said, so she can love you. Love is a powerful word. Use it. It'll get you a lot of places. You know, a degree from this school means a lot. You've earned a degree. It's a lot better getting a degree from HHS than it is from these other 3 county schools. Sorry, sir. A degree from HHS means a lot more than those other schools, believe me. I've been there, done that. As a matter of fact, I found a science test. I drove through the different schools today just looking to see how things have changed. And I went by North Henderson High School. And I found an old science test, I guess a science exam, in a trash can. And this is one of the questions. What is physiology? You know what one of those North Henderson students put down? Physiology, the study of carbonated drinks. same student from North Henderson, they asked him, what is an artery? We know what an artery is, you know, blood veins. We all HHS. This person put artery as the study of fine paintings. This is a science test. I said, boy, North Henderson hasn't changed a bit. I drove over to East Henderson. I found another science test in the trash can. Another science exam. We all know what a psychopath is. Good old HHS, that good education we got, psychopath. This person at East Henderson put psychopath, dirt bike trail. And we all know what rectum is. While this person at East Henderson High School had rectum. What our neighbor has done with all the vehicles he's ever owned. Then I drive over to West Henderson. And I find out one of their science teachers still in the class. So he leaves the room, and I just walk in to see the class, I see an exam. I just look at it, I don't take it. And they're talking about illnesses, diseases. And there's one person supposed to be a Moorhead scholar from West Henderson. We all know, unfortunately, what benign is. A benign tumor, benign. This person from that county school has benign. What you are after you be 8 and before you be 10. There's something special about getting a diploma from HHS, believe me. Don't ever, ever stop growing. I want to challenge you to do that. Don't ever stop growing. When I was at Appalachian State, we had a fan. Her name was, bless her heart, I don't think she'll mind me telling this story on her. Her name was Betsy Parker. Every day in church, I'd go sit down beside Betsy. My family and I, we'd go sit down. I have a daughter and a son. We went to church, small town, Boone, North Carolina. Went to church, sat down beside Betsy Parker every Sunday. After service, Betsy's favorite time of the day was she wanted to go down to the basement because 3 or 4 special ladies in our church would fix dinner or lunch. Vegetables, meats, desserts, whatever, they would fix it. The congregation would go down and eat. Betsy loved that time. She looked forward to that time of the day. For about 3 straight weeks, Betsy never showed up again. So I was wondering what was wrong with Betsy. The next week, I found out Betsy had cancer. For 3 more weeks, Betsy never showed up. The next week, Betsy died. I was not able to go to the funeral because we had a basketball game and we had to travel. I was out of town, so I went to the wake. And there was Betsy in her casket, really beautiful. Her favorite dress was a red dress that she wore special occasions, Easter Sunday, Sunday before Christmas. She was dressed in that. She had a Bible in her casket with her. She had an Appalachian State pennant across her. And she had a fork in her right hand. So I went to the pastor. I said, well, Pastor, I said, is there a message here? Well, Chris, it was strange, but this is what Betsy wanted, how she wanted to be buried. She loved her Bible. She believed in the Bible, so she wanted her Bible with her. She had on a red dress. That was her favorite dress. She wanted to be buried in that dress. She gave you some scriptures to read. She gave you some songs to sing. I said, well, Pastor, what's the fork for? Oh, well, Chris, this is what Betsy said. Betsy's favorite time of the day on Sunday was when she went down to the basement to eat dinner with the congregation. She liked the first meal, but she loved the desserts. And her favorite sentence was that day was, the ladies would come to her and say, Miss Betsy, are you finished with your first meal? Yes, I am. Well, keep your fork. The best is yet to come. Keep your fork. The best is yet to come. Miss Betsy wanted everyone to know, even though she wasn't there physically, the best was yet to come with heaven. When you leave here tonight, and you go out and do what you have to do, be safe. Next meal, you grab that fork. That's you. You're leaving high school now, going to the real world. The best is yet to come. Thanks for having me. If you're ever in Knoxville, make sure you come by and say hello to Benny.
Seniors, will you rise? It is my honor to present the diplomas to the names for the class of 2001. Anchal Kumari Argua. Brandon Michael Apodaca. Stephanie K. Bennett. Alexandra Stefania Bohannon. Robert Symington Brookshire. Ryan Patrick Cannon. Kelly Marie Carstensen. David Allen Christensen. Aaron Sage Colgan. Matthew Conover Cooper. Lisa Marie Korn. Benjamin Lincoln Cosgrove. Diane Daly. Amanda Elizabeth Dermott. Anna Doré. Yvonne Michelle Engler. James Mitchell Estes II. One Drian Fazio. Stephanie Sterling Fagan. Gregory A. Federick. Sherry Lynn Flowers. Kevin Lamont Fox Hunter. Elizabeth Ann Fulton. Christopher Brian Gilbert. Jonisha LaPeach Gilchrist. Shannon Elizabeth Gilson. Megan Elizabeth Goodwin. Amanda Faye Hall. Graham Manley Hamlin. John Brenton Harris II. Jordan and Pratisha Alindria Hicks. Rusty Keaton. Brett Patrick Hobbit. Hillary Byers Hume. Michael Kelly Hunter. Anna Claire Jacobson. Colleen Renee Johnson. Shante Sylvia Jones. Summer Denise Jones. Apollos John Paul Kimbrough. Laura Catherine Kovacs. Ellen Frances Krause. Michael Paul Kreinhoff.
Interesting, the name.
Lindsay Michelle Lance. James Maurice Landry. Ariel Elizabeth Lawrence. Jared Z. Lee. Brent Arthur Long. Bert Edward Lyda Jr. Tyson L. Lynch. Yashara Danae Lynch. Travis Allen Marshall. Andrea Lee Maslowski. Elizabeth Ann McCullough. Michael Edward McGray Jr. Lauren Kroll McKibben. William Stewart McKibben. Erilyn Nicole McVeigh. Shannon Melissa. Chai Bang Mel. Rachel Addison Miller. Tristan Amanda Bell Mills. Amy Lee Morgan. Jen Marie Myers. Danielle Margaret O'Brien. Carol Jane Orwell. Luther Pearson Jr. Jennifer Valentine Farr. Odine Porter. Molly Dove Piles. Ann Kwan. Kevin Bradley Redden. Mark Gregory Ritchie in absentia. Matthew James Secca. Joseph Thomas Sanders. Joshua Heath Santiago. Zachary Ian Shell. Rachel Marie Scoggins. Elizabeth Catherine Subert. Emily Christine Shirey. Mark Michael Shepard. Lionisha Lynn Shepard. Robert Sherman Shipman Jr. William Stephen Sigmund Jr. James Silvera. Tamika Terrell Smith. Jason Lance Smythe. Martha Rachel Sneed. Amber Spangler. Jason Neal Staten. Aaron Bryant Thompson. Ulysses Alfiorello Vance. Matthew Christopher Ward.
Two more.
Courtney Lee Webb. Rachel Margaret Webb. Adam Ryan Weston. Hannah Rebecca Weirman. Aaron Lee Wilkinson. David Thomas Willett. Joshua Lewis Williams. Daniel Boone Woody. Christopher Ernest Wynn. Marina Elise Zarnowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to present to you the Hendersonville High School